Hello, Malaysia. How are you doing today? All right, I think we can do better than that. Hello, Malaysia. How are we doing today? A very warm welcome to all of you to this absolutely fabulous gala launch of Lifestyle Galaxy Asia. Such an honor and a pleasure to be here once again, sharing the stage and some secrets I would love to share with you today in the next 20 minutes I have. Today I want to talk about celebrating entrepreneurship. Now, a lot of us, pretty much all of us, understand entrepreneurship, understand what it means because we are in that circle of influence right now. So by a show of hands, can I see how many of you do know what an entrepreneur is? Whatever your version of entrepreneurship is. Can I see a show of hands, please? How many of you know what an entrepreneur is? All right, so about 80% of our audience knows what that is. I want to start with a simple story on how easy it is to give up. Successful people are ready to do what unsuccessful people are not prepared to do. Successful people are ready to do what unsuccessful people will not do. Successful people are ready to do what unsuccessful people wouldn't want to do. Successful people would take that extra step, go that extra mile. Whereas the unsuccessful person would say, today was a bad thunderstorm, I couldn't make it. And the list goes on and on. Today, you're going to see achievers come up on stage, get their awards. Some of them are going to share their stories, how amazing it is, what they went through in life to be here up on stage. Today is just the beginning of where this company is and would be. Today is just the beginning of a point when millions and millions of lives around the world are going to change. Today, when you see some of them come up on stage, you would wonder, you would get excited that I want to be that person next year up on stage. But a lot of us, when we walk out of that room, we would forget about it. I remember one of my mentors, Jim Rohn, he said that motivation doesn't last forever. So does bathing. So you have to stay motivated. So today, I just want to share with you a few simple tips that you could use in your life today. In spite of the challenges you face, in spite of the languages or the countries you're actually from, to overcome whatever you want to overcome. As entrepreneurs, each and every individual sitting in this room right now and outside has what we call a self-limiting belief. A self-limiting belief allows you, stops you, sabotages you from being in life what you are not yet there, what you haven't achieved. In spite of the knowledge, perhaps, in spite of the books, in spite of the videos that you have seen, read, watched. That's the self-limiting belief. Now, all of us in this room have some kind or the other self-limiting belief. Because of how we grew up, because of the circumstances under we grew up, because of the community, the family, and the list goes on and on. So the question is, what are your self-limiting beliefs? Today, when you see some achievers come up on stage and you're excited and you want to be that next 5-figure, you want to be that next 6-figure, start making a list of those self-limiting beliefs. Start making a list of those. Because those are going to stop you right the moment you walk out of that door. Tomorrow morning when you wake up and say, today is Saturday. Today is a weekend. I can chill and relax today. It's a long weekend. It doesn't matter. 5 days are okay. I'll get back on track on Tuesday morning and I'll go all out. Your self-limiting beliefs, put them down. But I'm going to teach you in the next 10 minutes something else called as how to overcome these beliefs. By using, so all of us have self-limiting beliefs. All of us in some form, fashion or the other. Step number 1, accept it. There's nothing wrong in accepting that. If you find it's hard, have an accountability partner who's going to help you achieve and say, hey, help me understand, what am I not doing? No matter how bad, how ugly, how painful it sounds, and you don't want to hear that. Now, how do you overcome self-limiting beliefs? Through empowering beliefs. I remember I was doing a talk in Johannesburg, 300 people. About 30% people in that room raised their hands saying that money is evil. The more money you make, the evil you become. Question your self-limiting beliefs. I grew up in a family where making a lot of money wasn't a good thing. Because I would change. I would become mean and evil, perhaps. But here's what I realized when I followed some of my mentors who give away millions and millions of dollars every year, that it's who you are. And that's just one of the self-limiting beliefs. I know for a fact that a lot of us in this room want to be 6-figure and 7-figure. So I've got a simple question. How many of you in this room would want to be a 6-figure income earner up here on stage next year? Can I see a show of hands? How many of you would love that? So about 5% people in the room. How many of you in this room would love to be a 7-figure income earner and would love to be up on stage? Can I see a show of hands? 7 figures are a lot more. Wow. Now here's a small story about self-limiting beliefs. Some of you might have heard this before. I started at the age of 17. At the age of 27, I achieved my first $1 million. At the age of 28, I made my second and the third and the fourth and the fifth and the sixth and the seventh and the 10th and the 20th, and the list went on, achieving my millions. So here's the question I asked myself. Where in the world was all this money hiding? So I went to my mentor and I said, oh my God, really? Could make millions of dollars in a couple of hours? Unbelievable. And this is what he told me. He said, no, Tahir, you didn't make your millions in the couple of hours. You made your millions over a decade, over the last 10 years of what you have been doing. You don't realize, he told me, that the economy didn't change. The royal prince didn't change. This is in Dubai. What changed was you. And that hit me hard. Because when I started at the age of 17 and I was reading Think and Grow Rich, what an amazing book to read. I'm not the best of readers, by the way, but I was reading this book called Think and Grow Rich, and Napoleon Hill, the author, says, the wealth, the money is all around us. And guess what happens when you have a hard time making 2,000 ringgit or $1,000? You're like, where is it? It's all around us, but we can't see it. Because we don't believe in it. Because of our self-limiting beliefs. I know right now some of you would be thinking, easy for you to say that. You will find excuses and reasons why someone else could do it and you couldn't do it. Some of you would say, oh, good for you, you're from Malaysia. Good for you, you're from that country. Or you grew up probably watching a lot of motivational videos. Or you had better spouses and boyfriends and girlfriends and a better family to be with. But these are all self-limiting beliefs. Nothing more than that. How do you overcome them? Make a list. You can't handle a problem. You can't resolve a problem. And I love the word challenges instead of problems. If you don't know what they are in the first place. If you don't know what the challenges are, how would you resolve them? True. Acknowledge the challenges that you have. Step number 1. Get the bull by the horn. Step number 2. Go all out. I know some of you would attend the event, you'd be active for the next 30 days, 60 days, and then guess what's going to happen? Deepavali is around the corner, followed by Christmas, followed by the New Year, and guess what? We're celebrating Raya as we speak right now. And then you'll be like, I'm going to go get back right after Deepavali. I'm going to get back right after Christmas and New Year. You wait and watch me. And then guess what happens? We have seen this happen before at different festivals. Team is doing great. All of a sudden, a festive season shows up, long weekend shows up, and half of them go missing. Acknowledge the challenge that you have. And that's one point of being an entrepreneur. What if I told you today that if you were in school, I'm pretty sure all of you have been to school, and our passing marks in a school are what? In Malaysia, what is it? 50%? 40%? So if you have scored 41%, you pass your school. What if I told you in the world of entrepreneurship, in the industry that we are in right now, guess what? You want to be a 7-figure income earner? Less than 2%. Make it. Less than 2%. So if you are going with the goal of being a 7-figure or a 6-figure income earner and less than 2% people are going to make it, that's your passing marks. How many of you would stand up to that challenge? If a student in a school was told your passing marks are 98, 99%, what's going to happen? You would run away. You're like, you must be kidding. Get me out of this place, isn't it? That's the world of reality we live in. That's the challenge and the task in front of you. But here's what I could promise you. My idea here is not to scare you. And if you're scared right now, really, that's the percentage we're looking at? Good. Because it would take a lot more than that to achieve the results that you want. If you're scared right now that that's the percentage, good. Use that fear to work in your favor. That's the key. That's the key. I remember Jim Rohn, one of my mentors, he said that if your goals aren't big enough to scare you, they don't scare you when you look at them, you haven't set goals yet. You haven't set serious goals yet. Think about it. And every time you feel like quitting, I've got a question that you could write down, take it down on your smartphone, and ask yourself, are my dreams so cheap that I would quit because one person made fun of me when I was prospecting them? Are my dreams so cheap that I would quit when 20 people rejected me and said no? And if that doesn't get you excited, here's the next question. If that doesn't hit you, here's the next question. Are the dreams of my family, are the dreams of my family worthless that I'm going to give up? Watch my vocabulary. Are my dreams, are my family's dream worthless that I'm going to give up? Because who are you doing this for? Yourself? I don't know a single person on this planet who does what they do for setting the goals for themselves, everything for themselves. It has to involve the people around you. So next time when you walk out of that door and you've got a good weather or a bad jam and you're stuck with rejections and objections, you need to ask yourself this question: what will keep you going when 97% stop? What will keep me going when 97% stops? Is it difficult to do your 6-figure? Is it difficult to do your 7-figure? Yes. Will it hurt? You bet. The question you need to ask is it worth it? Is it worth it at the end of the day? I wish we could get all successful people in a room and tell them, tell us your failure stories. Because usually what we look at is, and you would do this today. You look at the 6-figure income earners, the 5-figure income earners and say, oh my God, I can't be that. No, that's not me. You would try and sell yourself out of it because of limiting beliefs. And the moment that inner voice inside you starts to do that, start taking some notes on your self-limiting beliefs and work on them. Very important. Set a goal. This is my last point on entrepreneurship. Set a goal that makes you wake up in the morning. I need to have a good car. Fantastic. I need to have a great house. Fantastic. Now remove the word I from it. I was listening to one of our mentors, Eric Worre, just last week, the one from GoPro, and he said that he was using the word I quite often, and hence all his focus was around the word I. Remove the focus from you and give it back. The last chapter of my book, The Unstoppable Millionaire, speaks about contributing and giving back. I can promise you one thing. If you cannot give $1 from $10, you're never going to give 1,000 from 1,000,000. Start contributing and giving back to the world. When you feel down, the greatest thing that can happen to you when you feel down is, firstly, be grateful to God. Be grateful to God that you are in that position of suffering because you have been chosen. The question is, what do you want to do about it? The question is, where do you want to go from there? Move forward, go backwards. Your choice. And when you are about to quit, because it's going to hurt, I can tell you now. It's going to hurt being 5-figure. You will see some amazing, spectacular achievers today. Your mind would stop working. Really? Is that even possible? Yes. That's this amazing beauty of the world that we live in. I would encourage you after this session or during this session, take some pictures, sit down with them, exchange your numbers with them, and get to know who these people are. Get to know their success stories. So my last point is, when you're down, go out and give something back to the world. That feeling is priceless. In UAE dirhams, I've been a 9-figure income earner, which is a 7-figure income earner in US dollars. And I've done that in 2008, 2009. And then I lost it all. And I went to my mentor, I remember, I was like, I lost all that money. Damn Wall Street. You know what he told me? He looked at me and said, what's wrong? You just fell down. Just dust yourself, get back up. And I'm like, that's it? He says, yeah. I'm like, as simple as that? He says, yeah. Who did it the first time? Me. Who can do it the second time? Me. That was easy. That's what's going to happen to you. When you fall down, you're there, 30 days, 5-figure, and you fall down. Guess what you do? You dust yourself, you get back up. You look in the mirror and say, are my dreams that cheap? Are my family's dreams that cheap? You look with certainty. Stop being a victim. Because guess what? That is a choice. That is not a situation, that is a choice. Contribute back. So, I'd like to end with this amazing 10 little words that has been pretty inspiring for me with the challenges I've been facing for the last 2 weeks. And someone told this to me, that these are the 10 little powerful words. And this is how it goes. If it is to be. It is up to me. When you're down, that's what you need to ask. If it is to be, it is up to me. It is not up to my country. It is not up to my downlines, they're not working. It's not up to my uplines. God knows where they are. It is up to me. You, no one else. The only person who is responsible for your success or your failure is you. Of course, you've got your uplines. Of course, you've got your teams. I'm not trying to devalue them, but the most important part is if you can take advantage of your own results because you're responsible for them, guess what happens? Nothing else matters. I didn't do 5-figure income. I didn't do 6-figure income. Look in the mirror and say, Tahir, you're responsible. It would break your heart. Trust me. 5-figure income earners, all of them have been through that stage. I can tell you that right now. So, as my video said, get back up, buckle, because with Lifestyle Galaxy, what's amazing about today is this goes in history books. Later, we'll have Tony, Dr. Anthony, then Bro Logan sharing phenomenal stuff with you. This is just the beginning. Our job is to give you the vehicle. The vehicle is here. You are the driver. You are the driver. The vehicle is here. It's going to be $1 billion vehicle. The driver is you. What percentage of that would you want in your life? And how would that change the life of the people you love and you care? That's what today is about. Today is about celebrating you. The question is, what are you going to do about it after today? Thank you very much for having me here. God bless you all. Have a fabulous, fabulous dinner and a great launch with us. Thank you. Thank you for having me.